Yo, abusia NSO yebemo kwaba ama oh my Ghana. Jumadi bakon so OGB for short oh my Ghana bakon. Send the bia meta kan say ene da edi kan ya wuti ya na say wo hwe ne ya. Mr. say over here say right button corner of this video no. Now why hit the subscribe button. Please do your possible best to smash the subscribe button for us. Now we share your video na foforo nya binti na omu enye benhwe. You can also follow my Ghana back on via Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter. Obade no ohirawo. Ena yebeti abakwasem. Afimu bosom na twamo dia. Exactly 103 years old and thereabout. 20 I mean in a March 1900. Ehwasem and yebabeka. Now we're going to listen to a historian, a very, very good historian indeed. Ote my Ghana emu. Now ochre yabakwasem. Now there is a saying say, obia wuni mo abakwasem ni say wayira. Ade ba akmo ekwoso ewo Africa. Sabri yenye bremu. Eya yem hihye. Ya omay Ghana ba kodwumedie ye pese ye twe nkrofo adwene egina so. The rate at which we are forgetting about our history. Social media ene nima bi abaso nti no bibia generation ya ewo so be hunu no na omodi akire. Sometimes they don't even ask. Ade bi abaso no, one of the things we need to know and understand is that we always have to question or interrogate the motive or the brain behind any kind of movement and answer ideology or whatever you seem deem say bibia abaso was asiso. We need to know the fundamental question that was said. If him, what is it seeking to, achieve? And now what is the purpose of Adiano? And no one some person ye call na ye kuti on him before. And then I'm going to do less talking. Now I'm on him before no quiet. Now what me can abakwasemi adi actually. Ye nim say tell abeti say ye can abakwasem. Efa your friend is saying your friend say or maybe they say kumbisali. Yeah, a war your friend says Senegal, my crooked friend Ghana. For which the name Ghana, no, and you want I mean, a free year. Ubeti be to say a Mali Empire. Ubetu be to say Sumanguru, Sundiata Keta nom, one Emperor a Septimius Severance. Ubeti will be to say Inhotep nom. Now, all these are a Kunini and Intra Wamapa Echo. But as Musana said, in this our current generation, no. When you papa in the worthy 30 years and under, woman be about this thing, no. Be a percentage in a minimum. And this is very scary and worrying. One more press Africa a fallen no. One more make sure say, Ombe Kriti and Yama, ever and Neno, and Mayuani and Mebunu, and as a Mantiani and Mebunu. Yeah, and as a Mebunu, let me put it in that way context, no. And Yamayajin and Koso. Now we have to say, winning history. Or for winning baby, I will call Wadachi. Because your future depends on your history. Yeah, I mean, sure, what you be. Say, dear, what did you soccer one as a football one? Young for team is Real Madrid. Europe, you know, one I your friends are winning be brave. And I said, young boy, young Cassia, my Santa Cotocone, Accra has of folk. One more history now, one a guide you. And it's already about for a cry, I would never question against Uncle Bois. Because of history now, see a book, Asante Kotoko say, yay, and I say, phobia or say, and I mean, person may bias be anti-phobia, and then Okuma Pimba. Can you know they bought a new part Thomas and no more my sad these teams in one? Nankasa Uti and Kotoko has a bobola. Ebusia, and Daniel Kwana with the other yes, baby. And they, because of say, Yama, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, every Timotino, and they are Boko to Konum Grano and come be a view. Ebusia, Nkakran, you the air free. Yeah, first saying, Yabakwasemo. Then Penisi Sako for Yinchi. Say Yinchi dear, and the Amen Pessemebo P. Wadaroma, and then Jumaku Kessim, you know, almost Yasnam Yeti, Jumedi Ebrewono, Ghana Pan African Teas. Ghana Pan African Teas, and name only simply affordable. Now, we make my visit to our website and www.GhanaPanAfricanTeas.com. www.GhanaPanAfricanTeas.com. Send me kind of say, somewhere every bay, and I say, if we see baby, I will be an dear. What bit now that any just for your own, you make customize here. Will be any was I see we so. Send me Ghana Pan African Teas, and name only simply affordable. The second one, OGB ride. OGB right na mukiga. OGB right wanone. OGB right yankasa yedieni. OGB right all for Ghanaians. Now bit my visit your website no ewo. www.ogb-right.com. www.ogb-right.com. Ebusia OGB right one is the most affordable, most convenient, and near my one. Ebusia say one kasa uko na uko for OGB right no. One kasa be say customer service a 100%. Ya tete ya raba for no na we yanso wasa na kasa ufa right no. The procedure you benya no it is coming into the community. Other foreign ones na woman abusia wo mu nyina no wo jiska no pebim ne ye de sene no na ye de ne de ye say OGB ready for what all Ghanaians abusia me pese ye kutie video no but ansa na ye ko video ni kutie onim de for no mama ye kutie agita na emra na ye wi a the video no atoso.
Hi good people, so let me introduce to you the new app and service in town. It is the OGB Ride. If you're thinking a private car to any destination, OGB Ride is the new app. Well, for your comfort, for your security, now there are categories like the comfort ride, the taxi ride, and the luxury ride. Now you want to download the app today. Patronized, made in Ghana. It is by the people, for the people. If you're thinking development and jobs for young people, OGB Ride is the thing. This is our own. So download the app today and you won't regret it.
OGB Ride, OGB Ride, OGB Ride, OGB Ride. Yeah. You see OGB.
You are warmly welcome back. And Tisabre no, me pese yeko na yakobo video no. Na iti onim di phone and some okaye. And when you see Asante Mantem. Now, OGB is a non-political, is a non-religious, and non-ethnic group. And then you say ye ba ever portray any act of say ye be ye kasabako at the actually. But way a yabakwasin be what it worked. Say I was say because the bravery and heroism yenya ye queen mother or ba penny yasantewa I will free a juso. I was Asante Mantem no. You know ye kotie wasam. Afe ya na motise Asante kasam ye can be say premoto. Now premoto no. And then you could hear the father by and the history of Premoto no. It's about 12 o'clock. You know, the new science. And then me tell what they back on our channel so. Caneno, Mimi Sunny actually say about 12 no. Abra won't watch so no. Ube say unam and say we abo. Now 2 9 say we are no watch here. We soon sumana say you shadow no better when him. 2 9 say like 1 9 no, ebet here with so. Yes, I just say about 2 pepe. As mama can what your pa try abrochi baby will be an about 2 pepe. 1 9 e wia bon ho dia. Sama ya be mama me try hwe. Ene de woji bi e beba no. Mama yankwai. Na yankoti onim defo yi. Na ye wia woji bi aba na what the final e aba. Thank you very much.
28 March
today
1900 that Sir Frederick Hodgson entered Kumasi to make a demand for the golden stool. It shows how sensitive he is. It shows how Ghanaian he is. And I believe we have to honor him. Kafi, I believe the Ghanaians will honor you one day.
Amen.
Yes, that Asante Hine is watching. Many Ashanti chiefs are listening. Now, as we have begun saying, on 28 March 1900, about how many years?
123 years.
Exactly 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yes, not to be forgotten ever. The governor, Sir Frederick Hodgson, entered Kumasi. Now the background is like this. In 1896, the then governor, Sir Maxwell, went to Kumasi with about 3,000 soldiers, ostensibly to negotiate how Ashanti would be able to pay 50,000 ounces of gold, being the cost of the Sakrenti War. You know, the Asante Hine and the British governor sat on the days and all their war generals. It never occurred to them that the 3,000 soldiers that had arrived from the coast, largely Hausa soldiers, were there to arrest the Asante Hine, heavily armed. And the sitting arrangement was such that when the British decided to arrest the Asante Hine and the chiefs, there was nothing that could be done by the Ashantis, except to say if they had attempted to save the Asante Hine, everybody there would have been killed and Kumasi bent down again. Now, when the British went away, they heard from all the investigations that Ashanti was coming together, arming with the intention to fight the British so as to bring back their king. And they also realized that they, having taken Prempeh away, Prempeh the First away, was a mistake because the Ashantis did not serve their king. What they were serving was the golden stool. So if you wanted to disintegrate them with a view to ruling them, then it was the golden stool that you needed to take away. And that was the essence of the visit of Sir Frederick Hodgson. At the meeting, he made them to know that he was not comfortable with the way they had welcomed him, making him to sit on an ordinary seat or chair when Prempeh, who was sitting on the golden stool, had been defeated and deported and made a demand for the golden stool. He said the following day they should bring the golden stool to him. It was just a ploy. In fact, there was an Ashanti rascal called Kwame Tua, and the Ashantis have a saying that Tuati are not broniati. Whatever the Ashantis planned, this man from Jesu will go and tell the white people on the coast. And so they knew where the golden stool was hiding between Barre and Offenso. And in the night, they were going to take it. And that's why he just told them, tomorrow, bring it. And everybody was quiet at the meeting. Yasantua was there because her son, Nana Kofi Afrane, was taking along Prempeh. And she was there to represent the Jesus stool. As a woman, she waited patiently for the men to speak up, because the white man, the governor said, after my speech, if anybody has a question, you can ask and I will answer you. And the way Ashantis always sit, it is easy to tell those who agree or disagree because they sit according to the chiefs. And we all know that the people of Mampong, Agona, Nsuta, and Jabin decided that they should not fight. They should make friends with the white man as a way of making the white man to understand that they will serve him all right. He didn't need to disintegrate them. He didn't need to take away the golden stool. Then another group, the Ejiso people, the Offenso, Manso, Nkwanta, and then Kokofu and Kumase also said no. You see, we wanted peace and they've taken away Prempeh. So we have to fight. Otherwise, when they take even the golden stool, they will still come and take people away. So we will fight. And then another group led by Bekwai, and then Bekwai, and then Bechem, they decided that they will stay neutral so that after a war, they will be able to come in to talk to the white man if the white man wins the war, so that they will not be able to take the golden stool away. So from this, you can see that everybody wanted to protect the golden stool, but from a different angle altogether. Then Yasantewa got up when nobody spoke, and as a white man, whether on his way coming, when I say the white man, I mean the governor, whether on his way coming to Kumasi, he met Prempeh. And then he said, no, Prempeh has been sent to the Seychelles Islands. So very good. You see, the interpreter explained to the white man that here among Africans, it is only the keeper of a property who can be asked where the property is located. So he should bring Prempeh to Kumasi, and Prempeh will show him where the golden stool is. But those people sitting there, the men sitting there, they are quiet because they don't know where the golden stool is. So with that, definitely you know war will break out. So the following, in the night, the people who went in search of the golden stool were killed. And the Ashantis were warned the following day. And the soldiers who went to give warning to the Ashantis were also killed by the Offenso people. And that was why the Yasantewa War started. And as I have said, only 1/3 of the Ashanti army fought. The others felt there was no need for any fight because they were just too weak. Their leaders had been taken away. And fighting means the destruction of Kumasi and possibly giving the golden stool to these people. After about 6 months, the Ashantis had lost about 20,000 soldiers. So the war had to come to an end. And this is a war, if you were to describe it as the last Anglo-Ashanti war, then you give the credit to the white man that Ashantis were defeated. But if you name it by the correct description, that it was the war of the golden stool, then the Ashantis won it because they were able to keep the golden stool away. Now with this war, we should give credit to the woman you describe as a war general, because everywhere the British went in the world, not only the British, the French, the Germans, they were able to take their most cherished trophy away. It was only in Ghana that, based on the ingenuity of this simple woman, the golden stool was protected. Otherwise, the men were tired of war, they would have given it away. So I believe that we need to give honor to her. Now, after independence, after independence, Kwame Nkrumah called the Ashanti chiefs and was prepared to name even the international airport, our only international airport, after her. The Ashanti chiefs went away, came back to tell Nkrumah that, Ghana is split between the United Party and the Convention People's Party. You are a CPP man. Go around. When you get a CPP woman, name the airport or anything you want after her. Because Yasantiwa, if she were alive today, she would be a UP or Matemaho woman and not a CPP. And I believe Nkrumah wasn't happy because he felt that their thinking was so dwarfish, so myopic. Because he was looking at what the African has been able to do. And they were looking at a very small thing which I cannot describe. I will end by praying that the Ashanti should make another, this time a petition. Because I always stand by the fact that Kotoka was a hero, all right. Because you can see that as my friend was talking, he's an Nkrumahist. I'm also an Nkrumahist. But it's not everybody who is an Nkrumahist. So you have to give due to him. But I believe that we can honor him at the barracks. We have so many military institutions in the country.
There's a school name after him even.
Kotoka Primary School is a small one. You can name a military university after him. But as for the airport that welcomes all visitors to the country, I believe it cannot be named after Africa's greatest politician. It can be Yasantiwa, and it will not destroy anything. It will unify us most. And then lastly, I will say that when he was being taken away, the Ashanti men wanted to fight, so they were following her, and he asked them to stop and said, the real men died on the battlefield, and as I'm going, you can't fight again. And the women also chased her, and he said, I weep for you, because you have no men to protect you, and after me, there will be no more here. There will be no more war here. And indeed, after her being taken away, the British placed a bomb at where we have the Kumasi Fort, where the general post, the post office is. And every 12 o'clock in the afternoon, they would release a boom.
The cannon.
The cannon.
Okay.
So 12 o'clock, just to scare Ashantis not to reunite.
Okay.
Yeah, so every 12 o'clock, to this day, the Ashantis say Premuato. And that was what were used consistently to ensure that Ashanti will not come together, because that was what they used in defeating them. Anytime they saw the Ashanti army together, they will release it upon them. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
So that's the history of Premuato, which means...
Premuato, yes.
Which literally means what?
Premu is the bomb, the cannon.
The cannon.
Yeah, and every 12 o'clock, boom, the whenever the Ashantis heard, they remembered how it scattered them, it tore them apart.
So it was psychological warfare.
A big psychological, and it continued until even in the 70s and 80s when we were at school.
Even when we
heard of something. Yeah, just to make them know that when you are tempted,
yes,
you will be in heavy trouble. Yeah, and then the Ashanti saying, Kwame Triatia na Bruni ati traitor. So always they have been
hears it, then the
white man will hear it. And then the famous statement made by Yasantiwa, Ochina Sesebre na Samansija Enyekunu. That is, tomorrow around this time, all ghosts in the underworld who are still spinsters and widows will begin to have husbands. That was when she was declaring the war. That you men sitting there quiet, I'm going to make sure your blood is spilled, and you join our women there who don't have husbands.
And then you marry them.
You marry them over there. And that's also an African tradition. The belief in the ancestral belief and all those.
Ebusia, say what was masam. Say what ene wati abakwasemu me ni ha se me ba be chire de okan ni nyina mu Africa wukọ other foreign countries no womu ni natural resources even when it comes to tourism they be to say Eiffel Tower you see what France as a himfa and now say be to say Statue of Liberty a war you friends say New York na obi o te Ghana na ni abre wo ka chene say won tena Ghana wo se mentena ho de entena ho chena ebusua look me wo video bi wa ha OGB and central phone bi e ko abontene mama yinkuti just one pair ne obi kafa ebisa na say so when you approach it obekwa na say wonko na me mfa se bi entato mama yinkuti ga branche kan e
and then OGB TV about on China na e boko ye besi e ubetu kwan akwa approach akwa
Oh, me fi Ghana.
Who fi Ghana akwa bra wa approach
Oh, there menko.
Ade
Ska Ghana.
Where dey
We a taxi driver.
Ntino o mine emunye de unya kwenya na nso a
Oh, there menko. Ba man mo ade ba me ya go no na menko because Ska Ghana. Where the whole yard mo Ghana obenye Ska.
Block money ni din ne de o kan ni nyina se o se sika wo man ni nti ono de onya kwenya ne kra enya de obeko o pe kra ka chele se wa man visa 5 years visa enya de obeko ana me
ko de abobla wo Ghana.
Hey, and I am very critical. I bet one of us are not the Ghana.
ebusua se wo we no na ma yebu bi ye ka se yes obetu kwan no one is saying that but wonima bi wa eyira efri abakwase no ensem ya papa ikikan nyina no onkasa wutie na wudwenu se lo ya nananom no omunimde enya santemam nko awo enkramantem ye wo mo so a omo ye heroes eye ho ye de ho sembeba ukon fante mantem so a the Infante Confederation ya mo signed the bond of 1847 and also de ho sembeba a haide ye wa hase ye beka abakwasem de akere enima what you need to know na nyama we no se wutie a ebusua keep and save this video. Facture woma wona as a generational. Because in some way the entire name Chinese rubber your chroma or fire gold no many idea ye ni my is as a result of any maybe a yenim. Say wouldn't him wabakwasem wouldn't him nipa we are or be bawasaso baby biabusia you will know how to fight them. I'm not saying so for two. Abrocha a diagram now better I don't know dia. You will a baby a bedroom no. One I be who said I know the answer now dear. Ebusua the make go we nyina ne say see e better now na ye nsua e bakwasem ye nsua enima bia ye nananom bi aye e diato ye num bi wo say ye nananom e di kan ye bi ko edro me na wo nso ye nso say ye be ye bi na ya to waso so may be ye ya ne free mini wo so o man be ya. They say one of your money, my Ghana mine. Yen ye also sabre ya ye tiasi e what father say ye ntima ye bi sabre ya ebusuafo. We have been a failure to our generation and the posterity will judge us. Onyankopon ohu ye mobo. O my Ghana baako yasama ye kanyina eno no. Now put up our website www.omyganabaako1.org www.omyganabaako1.org. Ebusua Mr. Wako na ko register. Na bedom ekubata nkase ti say empenense asopa way entere samote a word to a wise is enough and we speak to wise people in proverbs and not in a word in plain language abusia me yena maye eni manyanye enenam ni yekro na tie ni o people fought with their blood people who have what was sacrificially say they were selfless say we will sacrifice ourselves. What have you done? What are we doing? So be a bit of so and what is the moon? See, I never be on because we'll be a faso. On because what to a mile, the baby beba, as some of this so many mono, your freedom will be taken away from you. If we are Sabian, we'll empty power. I'm a pronuncial any part, if essentially. Thank you very much.
Hi, good people. So let me introduce to you the new app and service in town. It is the OGB Ride. If you're thinking a private car to any destination, OGB Ride is the new app. Well, for your comfort, for your security. Now, there are categories like the comfort ride, the taxi ride, and the luxury ride. Now, you want to download the app today. Patronized, made in Ghana. It is by the people, for the people. If you're thinking development and jobs for young people, OGB Ride is the thing. This is our own. So download the app today and you won't regret it.
OGB Ride, OGB Ride, OGB Ride, OGB Ride. Yeah. You see, OGB.